Let's take a look at this Arccaptain Cut 50 plasma cutter. Pretty nice little plasma cutter. See what all you get here. We'll go ahead and unpackage that here in a second. You've got your power cord. Now this is 220, but also uses 110. Comes with a converter for it. There's your ground cable. Looks like your air line, hose clamp, a little strap to carry it because this one's super light and compact. Now this cutter is supposed to do clean cuts on 1/2 inch, and we'll cut up to 3/4 inch steel. And get all this out of the box here. So what we got? Got your instruction manual and some pretty cool stickers there with it. Put that to the side. Get it all unpackaged here, and then I'll get it all hooked up and we'll try it out. You can see just how small and compact this is, and this thing can't weigh more than 20 pounds. It's super light, maybe like 10 or 15. It's really light. Got a pretty decent length power cord on it. Ground cable. If I can get all this undone. Accessories for it, and pretty long lead on the torch itself, it looks like. Yeah, extremely long lead. Pretty nice little torch there. Alright, well, let's get it all hooked up and I'll show you how well it works. Alright, so I got it all set up, played with it just a little, just cutting some scrap metal, just seeing, because I've only used a plasma cutter a handful of times at most. Mostly always used an old torch. But this thing's super handy, and I'll go over some of the specs of this now that I've got it out and went through the manual and all that. But you've got a 16-foot lead on your torch, so you can leave this back in the corner of your shop. You're going to be able to get to most things. You've got a 9-foot lead on your ground, and it does have a built-in air regulator, like I said before. Now I went ahead and took their little nipple they had in there out and just put a regular connector for an air hose on it, so I can just connect my air hose directly to it. But you can adjust, you got your gauge right here, so you can adjust it right here for your air pressure. It's got a nice little carry handle on it, and my son already stuck the stickers it came with on it. But this actually weighs in at 13 pounds and is 18.7 inches long by 9.6 inches tall and only, let's see, 5.9 inches wide. So yeah, really compact, going to be easy to carry around. Like I said, if you want to, you can put the strap on it. I really don't need the strap on it for myself, but you can if you want it. Pretty nice little machine though. And I was cutting just some different scrap steel I had around, and it's done really good, cutting really clean. I'll show you some of that here in a second and how it cuts. But we'll go ahead and power it on. Your power switch is in the back. Go ahead and power it on. You got your nice little digital display here. You can see you can adjust your power there. And then you've got two different operations modes. You've got a 4T and a 2T mode. And your performance, you get current and post gas. Yeah, pretty nice little system. This is real beginner friendly because like I said, I'm really a beginner when it comes to plasma cutters. And within 5 minutes I had it all set up, put together, and was cutting metal with it. And I'm pretty impressed with it so far. But let's show you how well it cuts. I've just got some scrap steel laying around here, and we'll throw a few different thicknesses up and cut through it, and I'll show you how well it cuts and how clean the cuts are. I was pretty impressed with how clean some of the cuts are. All right, so this was a piece of 5/8 steel he just showed me cutting, and you got to go pretty slow with that. It doesn't cut it nearly as clean as it does the thinner stuff, but after I kind of figured out how to use it, it cuts this thinner stuff extremely clean. So let's go ahead and switch over to this piece of angle iron here. He cut that 1/4 inch angle iron really clean and really smooth cut there. Looks pretty good. So let's go to this 1/2 inch rebar. Now earlier I was just kind of tinkering around on this piece of scrap metal and cut my initials in it real quick. Just that was one of the first things I did with it, kind of learning how to use it, and it worked really well for that. But let's use this 1/2 inch rebar. See what it'll do for that. Get a good look at that. That is a perfect cut. Looks wonderful on there. That's pretty impressive there. And now I'll just draw a face here with it. Now my artistic abilities aren't that good, but you can see the plasma cutter is really good. Come in and show how clean this is. And that is a super clean cut there. Really, really good cut. Now I forgot to show you on the back on the air regulator, it does also have the little water separator, so you can drain that here. And there's your fan and there's your on-off switch. But if you're interested in picking one of these up, the folks at Arccaptain were kind enough to give me a discount code on this, and it's going to be TheGunSnob is going to be the discount code. And I'll put that down in the description below, along with a link to it on their website, so you can check it out there. And these are really popular selling, they're telling me. And they come in at a crazy good price. I think before the discount, it's only $189. So that's really cheap for a nice plasma cutter that does as good a work as this does. I am very impressed with it. So yeah, be sure to check them out. And I want to say thank you to them for sending this out for me to try out and test out, because it's working pretty well. I have one of their little Arccaptain MIG and stick welder combos. It works great also. So real impressed with this, and so far, really like it.